This week, we're on the second floor of the Commissioner's house, and we're going to be looking at the windows, the shutters, and we're starting to prepare the rooms ready for decoration. We're working on the shutters at the present, and we discovered that there were 4 screws in each shutter that had been holding it closed. Once we released those screws, we found that the shutter was still completely intact on its original 18th century H hinges. It had been removed from the box frame when the box frames had been changed, and we've established that that was done in 1899 as we found a rolled up newspaper in the gaps between the shutters and the boxes. And now we're going to go to the east side of the house where the hinges are slightly different, and I'll explain why I think they're different when we get there. Now on the east side, we've got what we call butterfly hinges. So these butterfly hinges could suggest that the shutters were put in different stages of the building's development. All the shutters on the east side have these butterflies, all the shutters on the west side have the H hinges. Here's one of our 6/6 double glazed sashes installed in the existing box frame. Let's go to one of the other rooms and have a look at them going in. So Steve has put his mouse through the top pulley. It's a small length of string that can guide down with a weight on the bottom to allow him to connect to the sash cord and then pull the sash cord back up through and over the pulley. We can then connect our lead weights we're using, and we've had these weights specially cast. So this is one of the lead weights that we've had cast for this these windows. We took out the original lead weights and we combined them with the lead weights from our garret to allow us to melt them down and recast new weights. These are 22 pounds. So it means our sashes weigh 44 pounds, and that way the sashes are nicely balanced and they'll operate up and down in a sash window. So in this room, we've got a panelled wall arrangement, and we're just cleaning off all the loose and flaky paint and very lightly keying the woodwork to accept the new paint finishes. Steve's here stripping wallpaper off of these walls. They've been painted with what looks like oil-based eggshell before, so the paper's coming off relatively easy. So once Steve's finished clearing all the wallpaper off, we'll then sugar soak the walls and get them prepared and filled, ready for the decorative scheme. So what we've got in this room is we've fire protected the original walls, and then we've managed to reinstate the panelling that we discovered in this room. That's back on the wall, and then we've put another wall in front of it that is going to take our white rock sterile surface, as this is going to be a serving room for our hospitality offer. We've moved to the first floor, and here we can see that the first fix mechanical services are going in. We've got our flow and return for our hot water service, and we've got our mains cold water service coming in. You'll notice that the couplings are all crimp fixed. That's because this building is a Scheduled Ancient Monument, and the risk of fire is something that we want to avoid in all circumstances. So by crimp fitting, we're not using any hot works at all. And you may have noticed we've got these holes in the top of our joist. They're all about 75mm deep, and they're in random positions on most of the joists, on most of the level in this building. We still don't know what they're for, and our researchers are looking into it at the moment. Well, we're now in the sunroom, and we've reinstated the fire protection against this wall that leads into the staff staircase. We've reinstated the timber panelling that we'd found behind the plasterboard flat wall. So this is the historic panelling, and we're reinstating the skirtings and various other mouldings at the lower level. We've also put back the moulding, the timber moulding that goes around the room, and we're just awaiting the arrival of our new plaster mouldings to fit on the top here. We're over halfway through the refurbishment works for the Commissioner's house. We're on schedule, and it's great that we're now getting the windows in to keep us warm through the winter.